Welcome back to another episode at Teanomix, where we help you optimize your life with tea. Now, you're probably wondering sometimes why your tea just doesn't taste quite right. The reality is, most people have bad experience because they've destroyed their tea even before they drink it. And there could be a handful of valid reasons. You could be committing one of the most common beginner mistakes, which is to boil your tea leaves at too high of a temperature. Because you don't have a temperature controllable kettle, you're therefore just letting your water boil up to 100. And the truth is, your tea could be really great, high quality, but you're getting very shitty results, all because of the temperature. By the way, for those who don't know who I am, I'm Andrew, the 4th generation family member here at Uki Tea, a heritage tea brand, and we've been crafting tea with artisanal blends meticulously since 1890. Depending on your tea, there's actually a temperature range that's actually safe to assign it to. For example, if you are trying to extract from green or white tea, you want to dial your temperature down more. White tea, preferably around 60 to 70, while green tea, 70 to maybe 85. The reason why you don't want to go the full 100 is because this is how you burn your tea. You're literally scorching it. Something to always remember, the more fragile the tea, the more delicate, the lower the temperature it probably requires. Okay, so when it comes to green and white, go easy on them. Treat tea leaves kind of like vegetables. Imagine just overcooking or cooking all your vegetables at the highest temperature possible. You're probably going to discolor it and you're going to kill all the nutrients inside. The same applies for tea. And as I said earlier, different teas, different temperatures. So for teas like oolong and black, they can endure higher temperatures. For oolong, we're looking at around 80 to 90 or even 95 Celsius, while the darker teas like black or pu'er can, tolerate from 95 to even 100. So those are the exceptions if you are using boiling water. Otherwise, make sure you let your water cool down a bit when it comes to extracting your tea. And I understand a lot of people don't want to under extract because that's what leads to a very flat or boring, tea. So make sure you know the temperatures for the type of tea that you're buying. And apart from getting a better tea experience, you're also preserving the nutrients, the aromatic compounds that comes with your tea. So when the water is just way too hot for the white and green tea, you're pretty much vaporizing the aromatics. What's happening is the boiling water is extracting the flavors, the contents too fast. You're getting a more bitter brew. So this is why a lot of people will complain why their tea just doesn't taste right. It doesn't taste good. Well, it's because you're not approaching it correctly. When you're extracting the tea at very high temperatures, you're not only extracting it too fast, you're releasing all the tannins from it. So tannins are the polyphenols that you find inside tea, and it's what causes the bitterness, the puckery feel, or the dryness in the mouth after you drink your tea. In other words, it's the astringency level. So too much hot water, too fast, you're gonna get a more astringent tea. It's the tannins that's responsible for making the tea bitter. If you really want to enjoy the floral notes, the real flavor, the aroma, the experience, then make sure you get the temperature right. So I would say, do an experiment for yourself. Use the same tea batch, but brew it differently. One where you're boiling it at 100 and one where you get the settings right. You'll notice the differences dramatically. By the way, tannins are a good thing. They are a form of polyphenol, but it's just getting too much of them that's creating an unpleasant experience. So if you ever want the richness without the bitterness, lower the heat. And I would say be gentle with the tea, whether it's green or black. Try to start at the lower temperatures always to see if it works for you. Just by getting the temperature right, you also preserve the health benefits. You preserve the vitamins, the minerals, the antioxidants. You're keeping them alive. So next time you're making your tea, be more mindful. Do not go ahead and scorch your tea. Don't traumatize it. Tea has a whole load of antioxidant properties, so it'll be a shame if you just cook them, destroy them. You wouldn't just wash your expensive clothes, especially if they're made of silk or hemp, into your washing machine. It's going to ruin the fabric. So treat tea as the same. Be gentle and you will be rewarded. When the water is just too hot, you're just breaking down the cell walls too fast. Do not rush the process. If you rush it, you pressure it too much, it's going to backfire. Invest in an electronic kettle where you can set the temperature. The goal is to always release the flavors that your tea provide in waves, not all in one go. Don't be in a rush. Your tea's not going anywhere. If you're patient with it, it will reward you. Get the water temperature right and you'll be able to enjoy the full complexity, the character, the flavor, and the aroma of your tea. So I'll be sharing with you a quick reference guide on the temperature ranges you can play with. Once again, the green and white teas are the most delicate, the most fragile, while the darker color teas, like the black and pour, can handle higher heat. So respect the leaves, respect the moments, and your taste buds, your body will thank you for it. Now, if you got the water temperature right, but your tea still tastes horrible, then hey, it might just be tea itself. Another variable that you should always look out for is the kind of water you're using. I would always strongly recommend using filtered water or mineral water. Okay, these will yield the best results. And so just remember, if you want the best tea experience for yourself, make sure you're getting these 4 variables correct. The tea, make sure you have some good tea. 2, the right kind of water. I would definitely recommend either RO filtered water or mineral water. Avoid tap. And 3, get the right water temperature. Now, again, this can easily be done just by getting an electric temperature controllable kettle. 4, make sure that you're not oversteeping your tea. So time is a very important component. Make sure your tea leaves are not sitting, bathing inside the hot water for too long. So get all these 4 variables right, and you're definitely going to upgrade your tea experience every time. I mean, hey, you paid pretty good money and you're putting in time, so you might as well try to get the best tea experience. So next time you get a shitty brew, you might want to check what that temperature setting was. If your tea just tastes like hot water, it's very obvious you've overcooked. Just give a little bit more effort next time you brew your tea. Study the packaging. There should usually be a brewing guide. A little effort, this little tweak will definitely go a long way. And that's all for this episode. I hope you found this one helpful. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, share this with someone who you think might find it helpful. I'm your host, Andrew, here at Teanomix, and I'll see you on the next one. Once again, I'm a strong advocate of experimenting, see what works for you. You don't always have to follow the instructions from the packaging. Explore for yourself. After all, taste is subjective. I mean, hey, if you enjoy the burnt taste as well, then I'm not going to stop you.